Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to bring you TAPIT TRICE and the Belmont Stakes. My favorite choice, my favorite horse of 2023. Let's go.
Today's video is brought to you by Assiniboine Downs Gaming and Event Center. And be sure to tune in to Trust the Profits Live Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern for Monday Night Lights, hosted by Matthew DeSantis.
All right, let's talk about TAPIT TRICE, built for the Belmont Stakes, which a lot of us believe he was. And he had he's got an Achilles heel. We'll get into that in a minute, but he displayed that Achilles heel in the Kentucky Derby. Did not run the Preakness, running it back for the Belmont. And here's why he's built for the Belmont Stakes. Let's talk more about TAPIT TRICE. First, let's get into pedigree and connections. He comes from a strong pedigree. TAPIT, obviously the sire here, one of the best sires, especially for distance. When you look for distance, you look for a horse like TAPIT to be on top, and he has that. He has one of the top trainers in the sport, and Todd Pletcher. He has one of the top jockeys in the sport with Luis Saez. Moving along. He is the son of TAPIT, who has produced 4 Belmont winners, I believe, in 9 tries. So a pretty good percentage. I mean, come on. TAPIT is a legend when it comes to distance. TAPIT TRICE has shown that. He's shown that he is the son of TAPIT multiple times here in his short career. Maybe not many times by choice, because he cannot get out of the gate, which has been his Achilles heel, and we'll get into that more. Gate troubles. The natural distance of the Belmont actually favors a horse that has trouble getting out of the gate, a horse like TAPIT TRICE. Even if he gets out of the gate with a mediocre start, I think he's going to be okay because he's got enough time to recover. There has been a race. Well, let's take the Kentucky Derby, for example. That's the obvious choice. TAPIT TRICE, I picked him to win the Derby. I picked him to win everything he's been in all year. A race like the Kentucky Derby, there was 18 horses, normally 20. I mean, there is a pack like you've never seen, like these horses I've never seen before. It's forgivable to get a mediocre start in a race like that. Maybe you can come back, maybe you can't, but it generally typically favors a horse that's in the front few. I mean, there are outliers like, Rich Strike last year. We always will forever reference that race, but typically the horse has to be in the front half, if not the front 5 horses in the Kentucky Derby to have a shot. TAPIT TRICE came out of the gate dead last, and with a pretty good gap too. He was 18th by a mile. You didn't even hear his name on Derby Day. That's how bad it was. And guess what? He stumbled out of the gate in the Tampa Bay Derby and won that. He had stumbled out of the gate ridiculously bad most of his career. This was his Achilles heel. And again, the natural distance of the Belmont favors him here. This is a race where you can kind of get away with mediocrity out of the gate at the Belmont. With the 1.5 miles, you got extra time to make up for it. Let's move along. The downside of this is it's a strong field. You've got Forte, you got Angel of Empire amongst the top 3 in the 3-year-olds in the entire crop, which I believe these are the top 3 with TAPIT TRICE, Angel of Empire, and Forte are in my opinion, and I know a lot of people will disagree, that's the top 3 of the crop. It probably will prove itself out. I think, in my opinion, it already has. If you want to throw Mage in there, I can't kill you. I mean, Mage won the Kentucky Derby, the biggest race in the world, and won it, fairly easily, and he deserves it. I'm not going to take anything away from Mage. Great horse. Ran right with Forte at the Florida Derby right in front of my eyes. Here's one case against if you're going to do it. Trice is not going to get away with that gate that he had at the Tampa Bay Derby. He will not. I guarantee it. If he can get out of the gate here with limited damage, he could still make up for it with these horses. I'm talking, and again, these are the 3 best 3-year-olds in this crop. I still think that even if he gets out of the gate moderately well, not even good, not his best start of all time, just a decent start, I still think he can win. That's how good I believe this horse is. On paper, the sire, the bloodlines, the trainer. Todd Pletcher says he's working him less than, he's a horse like Forte. There's a lot of unknowns with Forte. He's been out for a while. I love TAPIT TRICE's chances here, even with I'll go ahead and say it, a moderately bad start, not terrible, but if he can get out just north of bad, how's that? I mean, I understand there's a big risk, and it's too good of a field for him to get away with that Tampa Bay Derby. The odds are with us. let's take a look at this. This is a stacked field. Like I said, outside of the Kentucky Derby, this is a way better field than the Preakness. Way better. His morning line odds are 9-2. I think he's going to go off anywhere from 3-1 to 5-1 post time. These are the type of odds that you can really cash in on if you believe it. And again, if he falls on his knees out of the gate like he did in the Tampa Bay Derby, all bets are off. He probably won't come back from that. But if he gets out of the gate moderately well and is in the race early on, I mean, I like his shot. The only problem is he's going against Angel of Empire and Forte. The only thing stopping me short of saying to shove your chips in on him. But I will tell you, man, I love TAPIT TRICE here. You'll never see a chance to get a horse of this quality at these odds ever again. I mean, 4-1, 5-1, something like that. We'll see how he goes off, but it's going to be interesting to watch the betting here on the Belmont because you do have, again, and I'll beat it to death, the 3 best horses of this crop. Good luck betting on this race. I mean, here's what I'm thinking. Any way you slice it, I feel like you have to include TAPIT TRICE in your bets. Here's what I'm doing. I'm thinking I'm going to do a win in a win place, pretty heavy on him. Probably a 2-horse exacta box with Angel of Empire and TAPIT TRICE involved. Then I'm going to do some trifecta combinations of the following. Key box with TAPIT TRICE over Angel of Empire, Forte, and Hit Show. Those 3 to try to get some prices involved. And I'm going to key box it because I'm not super confident TAPIT TRICE is going to win. I am super confident that TAPIT TRICE is going to be in that top 3, though. So if you key box it, if you're not familiar with the betting, comment on this video and we will make sure that you understand what you're doing here. But if you key box TAPIT TRICE over Angel of Empire, Forte, and Hit Show, and then maybe run it back with another one, like whoever your horse is. If you like Angel of Empire to win, maybe take Angel of Empire as your key box horse and put him over Forte, TAPIT TRICE, and Hit Show. Those are the 4 horses that are going to be involved, or maybe just box all of them in a trifecta, all 4 of them. And I'm pretty sure with the way the balance of the money is going to be in this race, I'm pretty sure that a trifecta is going to pay fat. And I don't really see, outside of if you wanted to throw one more in there, it's going to be Arcangelo as your 5th horse to drop into a key box or a trifecta key scenario of any kind. I don't blame you. I don't think Arcangelo is going to be good enough to get 2nd or 1st, but I think that he could sneak up into that try, especially if there's some sort of big battle going on. I feel like one of these big 3 is going to have a struggle. Whether it's TAPIT TRICE not getting out of the gate, whether it's Forte not being all the way back from his, I guess, layoff. I don't know. I highly doubt Angel of Empire is outside of the top 2. And again, if TAPIT TRICE gets any kind of decent start, he will be in the top 2. The only kind of, I guess, a little bit of an unknown for me is I love Forte too. Like, I mean, these are the 3 that are going to be big on the board. Hit Show is going to bring you the price because I think he's going to be more 10-1, 15-1 type. But man, it's going to be hard to get around those big 3. And outside of those 4, then maybe if you throw Arcangelo in for a show play, I don't see those. The other 4 or 5 horses in this field are not going to make any noise. I don't think this is too good of a field. There's not going to be the traffic issues with the Kentucky Derby because it's just a half the size. I love this race. Congratulations to the Belmont Park Group and the Belmont Stakes for putting together the best field of a Belmont Stakes field I've seen in a long time. I love it. I'm excited for this weekend. Good luck with your bets. Let's go, baby. Woo!